Hey, welcome to what I am calling my first video, my first official video. Anything you see on the channel beforehand, just all tester stuff. Okay, we'll just not ignore it. If you want to go see it, go have a look. Some of it's actually okay, but it was all tester stuff and it's all mid. But from now on, this channel is the place to be. Come check it out. We are going to be talking about Black Ops 7 Zombies. A lot of people are saying it's a little bit easy. A lot of people are saying it feels like Black Ops 6. We'll discuss that. We'll see some changes, what the game actually feels like. I played the beta while it was out. That has just finished, so we'll get right to it. One of the things that I was seeing, a lot of people that played even the version of like the big map, people were saying that the reduction to salvage, like the drop rates, is bad. Is a bad thing. Personally, I don't mind it. I think that if you look at the stats, you still get to get your weapon to legendary by like around 25, 30, just picking up scrap. Um, there are a few things with that, so you can't get your weapon to legendary very quickly. You need it for self revives. You need it for your secondaries like monkey bombs. Even though max ammos do give you those back, that's something to keep in mind. So you might not need to waste your salvage. You get it for score streaks. Score streaks, they count as your Mangler Cannon, Mutant Injector, which wasn't in the beta, and they have a new one which is called the Disciple Injector. So we get to be the wizard-looking guy. It's pretty cool. We've not seen it though. We've not seen it, so no, it's cool until we actually get to use it for your alternative ammo types. So that's like your fireworks. Uh, can't remember the other ones. That's the only cool one. Which fireworks is back from Black Ops 3, which is huge. That was my favourite one. I know, realistically, Black Ops 3. Let's just say the ammo types weren't actually all that great unless you use Deadwire to get the high rims or first room challenges. I know anyone that tried high rimmed on the Giant, you use Deadwire. I know. So with this anyway, this now makes the game slightly harder in terms of power level to the round that you're on. Like it says, you round 25 if you're lucky, round 30 you're going to be getting that legendary weapon. What this does mean though, what I actually enjoy about that means that you're hitting the box more. Wall wall guns, which since Cold War, I'm just going to put this out there, since Cold War, wall weapons useless. Who buys a wall weapon unless you're going to get the starting room pistol when it's on legendary just to get the Mustang and Sally or whatever iteration the Mustang and Sally is called. Um, Other than that, wall gun, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. You didn't pick up a wall gun since Cold War. Um, so it means that you now have a reason to buy them. You don't want to waste scrap on round 20 just to get your gun to purple, when you could buy one that is purple and keep that scrap to get it legendary. Something else that this also means is that people can actually no longer buy self revives with no kind of sacrifice. You can't just go. They've limited it to 3 self revives, but I know personally, Black Ops 6, I'm wasting scrap just buying a 1500 like self revive for the case of having it. Um, I buy it as soon as possible. Realistically, I'll get my weapon upgrade a wee bit. I'll waste scrap on on a Casimir and a self revive just because I know I'm going to make that scrap anyway. One thing with the scrap being reduced that I'm just going to really put out there. One thing that changes the whole idea is that there's something now called Chompy. Now this guy here, Chompy, is a bin. It's a bin, and it glows around the wee bit. You punch the bin, it opens up. It's like a black hole, little chompy hole. You chuck in a grenade, you give it a weapon, you throw in a tomahawk, whatever like equipment you've got. That then gets turned into scrap. Now, I'm not going to lie. Given chompy weapons from the mystery box while I'm trying to hit for something specific, I have more scrap than I know what to do with. It is insane. You get rarities of scrap only from chompy, as far as we're aware. So you can get your typical 50, which is green. You can get blue, which is 250, or you can get purple, which is 500 scrap in one go. And sometimes he spits out 2. Sometimes giving Chompy a weapon gives you 1,000 scrap. I think that if you utilise Chompy on the earlier rounds, when you're like hitting the box for a specific gun, or if you don't want to do that, because it's just changing your essence for scrap realistically in that exchange. If you don't want to do that, pick up as much equipment as you can every round. You can put 3 a round into Jompy. Other than special rims, he doesn't open. I don't know. He must be scared of the Ravengers or something. Who wouldn't be? Well, speaking of Ravengers, we'll get to that. That's the new dog rims. We'll get to that in a little bit. But I know with Jompy specifically, you are going to have to actually think about going out your way to get the scrap. So it makes you think about actually what you're going to do there. The biggest complaint, the biggest statement that I'm seeing about Black Ops 7, that's kind of ironic, zombies, is that it looks like Black Ops 6. It feels like Black Ops 6. The aesthetic of the zombie maps 100% look better. Everyone's saying that. Everyone's saying it looks like zombies, which it does. I'm here for it. But it feels, and the guns look, and the operator look, everything just is Black Ops 6 zombies. To an extent, I can agree. It was easy to jump into. There wasn't any crazy mechanics to learn. There was nothing that I thought, okay, this is now how, like when we went back, when we started Cold War Zombies, huge changes. Crazy changes to the game had happened. There were mantling can now be done. Running around is a lot faster. Sliding. All these mechanics that changed the game. As much as people didn't like it, okay, we're just going to say that. Sliding in the game, mantling in the game, people weren't a fan when that first came into zombies. Now I would honestly say it's enjoyed. People actually do like those mechanics. They didn't at the start because it was a huge change. But now they like those things. Maybe one exception is the armor, and people don't like armor. I personally don't mind. It adds an aspect to the game that, yes, makes it a little bit easier because you're taking a lot of damage mitigation. But what it does is it gives augments to things like Juggernaut, where your armor really like matters to that perk, with the turtle shell, with the fact that it does either more armor mitigation or more health. But do you want health or do you want to take less damage? You've got an easy way to differentiate those things by using armor. It's okay. It's there. I've dealt with it from Cold War. And what I'm trying to say with that there is that people actually aren't used to these mechanics. People like these mechanics. There's no big change to the game. One sense, that makes it feel like Black Ops 6 Zombies. In another sense, that makes it so that, I don't want to sound mean, but it means that people don't any longer need to be handheld through this game. I know there's a tutorial. There's a Zombies tutorial. There's still waypoints on what to do, how to turn power on, and these things I personally don't enjoy. I feel like that's hand-holding in Zombies. I feel like that's really not necessary at this point. Everyone knows the mechanics of the game. They've been fine-tuned from Cold War. The previous Cold War, they were a different thing. The mechanics were completely different. But since Cold War, we've fine-tuned these mechanics. We know how they work. They are now getting zombified looks, like the ammo station. Things like the arsenal machine I think needs another look, but they did change it up. Things feel to be more zombified, and everyone's now used to how it works, right? It feels the same. We know how the game plays, we know how it feels. Because it feels like the same game, people are feeling robbed out of, well, buying the game. Let's be real. And this isn't a zombies issue exactly. This is an entire game issue, multiplayer included. The campaign not so much, because I know there's a few things that we know about the campaign, so I can't speak on it. I will be playing it. It's co-op. There is an end game thing. I don't know. But we'll find out about that. Hopefully it's good. But as far as multiplayer goes, as far as what they're doing with Warzone, and as far as zombie goes, it feels too similar to pay for it. I think the biggest issue here that people are dealing with is, why not just have a 2-year game cycle? Why call it a new game, make people pay for the new game, when you could just do a big 1-year update to Black Ops 6, which adds in the wall running. It updates the game to the point of what we have now, which is Black Ops 7, but it could have just been Black Ops 6.2. And I think that's where all the anger, where all the problems come from. I think that people are just annoyed that it feels as though it is Black Ops 6.2 and not Black Ops 7. There's not enough changes for it to justify being a next version. If we look at how live service games work today, I mean, there's loads of games to take from, but the biggest one you can think of, and everybody knows, is Fortnite. Fortnite is not the game that I downloaded when the game first came out. It is far from it. It has grown and evolved to be something else, but it's not Fortnite 2. I feel like we're past sequels in this day and age. Sequels are amazing, but I feel like if you're trying to live off of nostalgia, I feel like if you're trying to keep the same thing and just make it a little bit better as it goes on, that doesn't justify calling it a sequel. It's like reading patch notes when you look at some of the changes and updates throughout the game. So I think that's why people are actually not happy. Saying all that, what are the differences? What are the changes? What do we have that's new? And I'm a zombies guy. I play multiplayer, right? I played it. I got the 1,000 kills calling card. I'm going to just talk about zombies here. Just getting right back to just zombies. So what has changed? Well, let's just talk about a couple of things. I do have notes, right? I'm not just bringing this all off the top of my head, but the notes, I'm not very good at that. I've not got a script. I'm not like other people. I'm still new to this, okay? What? Yeah, these are all just notes. That's not a script. This is just notes on the items. So I'm just going to run through a few things. First one, well, no particular order here, but Gobblegums. We have a couple new Gobblegums, but Gobblegums also auto-activate now. So if you want an insta-kill, this wasn't available in the beta, I just want to point that out. So if you did play the beta and it never happened, it wasn't there yet, it wasn't active, but it will be in the full game. If you want an insta-kill, you pop your Gobblegum, there's the insta-kill in front of you, you have to go pick it up. Now, you're in a corner, trapped by a bunch of zombies, and you pop that, it's in the zombies, you can't use it. So they have changed this, where it just activates, it just goes on. The insta-kill starts, you don't need to go pick up. Same for Nuke and double points and all the others. Well, what we'll do is we'll put 2 counters. And this counter is patch, no, like update. We'll just call it, could have been an update. I'll call this one new game mechanic, okay? And we'll weigh out, I'm not gonna lie, this site's probably gonna have them all. Let's just move on. So we did actually mention this one, Chompy. I just want to, big alert, this is not an Easter egg, okay? I am sick of seeing it everywhere. Chompy Easter egg. It's on the map. It's an item on the map. Is finding the Wonder Fizz an Easter egg? I don't think so. Stop calling it an Easter egg. I mean it. I mean it. Chompy is a new interactable. So, as I was speaking about it with the salvage, you give it weapons, you give it equipment, grenades, whatever, it will drop you scrap. Love Chompy, love the idea of that. It gives you something else to go and do. One secret with Chompy that we did figure out, sometimes it gives you a ray gun. It wasn't a Mark II, I never saw a Mark II, or anything other than a ray gun. I imagine there will be Chompy Easter eggs to use, perhaps Golden Chompy. So Chompy, new game mechanic. You're in that one. It is a new game mechanic. We're here for that. Another new item that was added to Black Ops 7 was a new perk. Now, we are straight away. That's in the could have been an update. Realistically, perks come in updates. They are going to come in updates. It's an update to put a perk in the game. It can come with a DLC, always has. So I can't put it in new game mechanics, sorry. The new perk, it's not the most amazing perk we've ever gotten, let's be real. But, however, it is cool. I actually really think the Wisp is cool. I love the idea. If you played Cold War, you know the Cerberus with the spinning ball. I love the idea of having a tiny little companion with you of some kind. So having a Wisp that comes out and kills things. In the beta, it was good until, I would probably say, until about round 22, 23, I saw it kind of fall off. Unless insta-kill is active. If you have insta-kill and your Wisp it comes out, it does insta-kill. So hordes get taken out without you doing anything. With insta-kill, Wisp is OP. But all this being said, we also, with the new perk, we have new augments. Unfortunately, also could have been in an update. This list is getting pretty long. New augments. I think with the Wisp T, it does mean that the Wisp, we don't actually know it has 8 augments. 4 minor, 4 major. We don't know what they are. Well, I don't. They might actually be out there. I don't know what they are. But this might change the Wisp completely. It might add elemental damage to the Wisp. It might add that it attacks big guys. Or I imagine that is one thing is getting 1 major and 1 minor. So everything's going to go from having 6 augments to having 8. Some of these augments are really cool. There are changes to some augments. Augment such as Turtle Shell for Juggernog. It now works on your back where you take no damage, but you also, your armor works on the front. It used to not work on the front. It now does at the same time. I'm half on this one, which side to put them on. But it's new HUDs, new HUDs, because we've not seen the HUD, but we've seen what they are. They are customizable from games such as Black Ops 3. There are ones that we've never seen before. So the HUD that we know it, the basic multiplayer looking HUD, is available to change, and that is throughout all modes as far as I'm aware. We can be playing multiplayer with the giant layout from Black Ops 3 Zombies. That's pretty cool in my opinion. I think that solves all the problems of people saying the HUD doesn't look nice, because if they have unlockable HUDs, and as far as I'm aware they're animated, that solves all the problems everywhere. Everyone can choose their own HUD. Personally, I think that's good. That's a good move. That's a good move. It's smart. It's smart. I'll give you that one. So I don't know where to put it. It is something that could have been an update, but I think it's bigger than we realised, and it's for the whole game. It's not just for zombies. It changes going forward in every other game, so I'm going to put it in as a new game mechanic. Okay, 2 more things that are brand new, and both of these things are going in the new game mechanics, which this list is a little bit bigger than I think people expect. I don't want this video to go on for like 3 hours, and I talk about zombies forever. So we'll do 2 more things here. Didn't actually get to use it in the beta, but it's the car, the Wonder Vehicle. That is huge. That changes so much about the game. That changes how we travel around. It means that we have something else to upgrade. Yes, it means there'll probably be cosmetics. But putting that aside, I think this is a huge new mechanic. I've not used it, so I don't know exactly how big it is going to impact your actual gameplay. But in the fog, there's going to be plenty to look out for. There's going to be enough things to drive around and secrets to find, I imagine, um, by using the car. There are, from what we've seen, jumps. You can jump zombies. Who doesn't want to do that in a Jeep? And you can upgrade the vehicle to have many things we've seen from previous zombie iterations. And of course, one of the biggest things that is going to be added is a new game mechanic. It is huge, and it has probably different mechanics within this game mechanic. It's something that a lot of people, especially hardcore zombies fans, older zombies enjoyers, people that love a challenge, are really looking forward to. And that is the cursed mode. Now, cursed mode is, from my understanding, something very, very similar to Halo. If you've ever played Halo, once you collect things called skulls, you get to use the skulls to go do that mission, do them runs again, but with extra challenge, like more enemies, you take more damage, such and such. If someone says to you they ran all of Halo Legendary, all skulls, see proof, you want proof. That is not easy, okay? The skulls system is great. That is exactly what the relics system is going to... maybe not exactly, it's not going to be like the same UI and how you can put them all on at the same time. I don't know. Okay, we don't know that far, right? I'm not going to speak out of term there. But it is going to work that way, where you get these relics. So they did advise you must complete the Easter egg, which I assume, so I'm just going to assume, you complete the Easter egg, and it means that something blows up or whatever, and these relics go all over the place, and you've got to go pick them up. But you don't know that until you've done the Easter egg. That's just, for a story purpose, that makes sense, okay? That's just what I'm saying. We need to know why we're getting these relics before we go get them. That just makes sense. But anyway, you do the Easter egg, then you can go in the map and find these relics. These relics then give you challenge. So next time you jump in the game, I'd also like to point out the host of the game. So if you're playing with friends, the host of the game sets these relics. So if you're playing with somebody who just can't find the relic or doesn't have enough time to play the game but would like to play with you, they don't need to go get them. Only you need to go get them. Which I think that's really good. That's really handy. Again, that works like Halo. Host is the person in charge of the settings of the game. So what do these relics actually do? We explained that they give challenges, they change the way that you play the game. Now we know that one of them is going to be no armor, so it takes away the armor system from you. I don't think that's going to make the game easier in any way. I don't think they're going to change anything other than you don't get armor. So it just adds this big challenge. People are excited because it's going to make it so they can put on enough relics that it feels like the older zombies and just adds this huge challenge. I'm a little bit more excited on the fact that what else can these relics be other than removing things from us, such as you start with a pistol or no armor or the weapon rarities don't matter anymore, whatever they may be. I'm more excited for the ones that could be more creative. I'm looking for perhaps even the floor is lava. Imagine a relic where everywhere, like the roads on the big map, it's lava, just like in Black Ops 2. So you need the vehicle 100%, or you're dying of lava. I don't know if this is real. This is a disclaimer, not real. This is just my excitement taking over and going, the potential here to make creative, to make fun, to make difficulties for the players, for replayability, is huge. This mode can be amazing if they let people be creative with the relics. If the developers have understood the creativity they can have with this relic system, it could work so well. I'll leave it there though, because we don't know. We have no idea. It might just be simple things like taking away game mechanics, such as armor, whatnot, and we never get to see the floor is lava. Um, if anybody wants this and can make that happen, okay? I beg. So, in conclusion to this video, I believe zombies been fine-tuned since Cold War, as I said. I believe that the direction of the zombies mechanics is good. I feel like we know what we're doing. The only big thing that was added to the game was wall jumps, which is cool in zombies, and it adds a little bit more to your mantling. But it's nothing huge, it's nothing crazy, it's nothing like, my god, how do I get used to this mechanic? I feel like that the problem with the game is from what I said earlier, where it's Black Ops 6.2. I feel like they just need to, at Activision, realise that they have an easy solution, realistically. You already have a COD hub, you have a Call of Duty hub, okay, where all the games, Warzone, Black Ops, Modern Warfare, are in their separate sections. Why not eat into that, and instead of continuing Modern Warfare 4, Black Ops 8, whatever, why don't you just call it Black Ops and just live service the game? And every year there's a big update to the game. And you could do that for Black Ops, you could do that for Modern Warfare, you could do that for Warzone. And every year you could theme it. You could be like, right, we're doing World War II themes. So in the Modern Warfare gameplay, the campaign's going to have a little World War flashback gameplay. And the guns added for the next year are going to be World War guns. The maps are going to be like trenches, but in modern times. Black Ops, it's future. So perhaps they could set up a new war that relates to things that happened in World War II. I don't know. I'm just saying things. I just feel like their solution is to live service the game. That's easy done. Then people can't be mad that they're going to have to buy Black Ops 7, Black Ops 8, because it's just Black Ops and they already have the game. It does mean that they need to figure out a way of people paying for this in a way. Perhaps they already have Black Cell, they already have battle passes constantly. Perhaps they could do something like Grand Theft Auto where it's GTA Plus. They just use Black Cell as a way to have a subscription to their yearly updates or something. I don't know. People might not be happy with that, but it's better to pay 20 quid for a pass than 70 quid for an update. In my opinion. If you made it this far, you're either sleeping or you actually enjoyed that. And if you did, hit subscribe, hit like, share, whatnot, all the things the YouTubers say. I am still brand new, so thank you for any support you do give. And if you did like it, there's more on the way, so I appreciate that. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.